Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 1st, 2020 full moon. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they are all located in the description box below. Now, before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bull sing while I move your Moonology and your Queen of the Moon cards over to the side. These will be layered on top of the tarot at the end to really give Luna, to really give the moon a voice of her own. And this full moon is very beautiful. It is the Aries full moon. It is the moon of beginnings and of the beginnings of what you desire and what you want within your life. It is also the warrior's moon. So there is this beautiful warrior energy around you. So let's see, Sagittarius. How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, goodness, okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And one bonus card also. All right. So this reading goes from full moon to full moon, from the 1st of October to the 31st of October, which is when we have the blue moon in Taurus. And that's going to be a very powerful moon. It is a moon near Halloween, Samhain, and it is the moon of bringing practical purposes to your dreams. So that's a very beautiful moon that you're working up towards. The full moon on the 1st of October is astoundingly powerful, it drives you. It really does. Its fire sign energy really speaks to your fiery nature and your fire sign self. So the left-hand side here is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. And the right-hand side is the public arena and the public self. So let's see what they have to say. We have the Ace of Swords, so you are getting a gift from divinity, cutting through doubts and fears, knowing where you stand, what you stand for. And it plays off of the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is worry, doubt, fears, nightmares, apprehensions, second-guessing yourself all the time, being robbed of sleep, not feeling as if you can move forward the way that you want to. There's a sense of just things being a little bit too overwhelming and a sense of, feeling like, okay, if I just focus on it, because this full moon is going to make us feel like if I just look at what is stressing me out the most and I go and I conquer that demon or that, that negativity, I'll be set. And so you want to be mindful of that here, because you're coming through as the Knight of Wands. It's amplifying and really connecting you to the full moon in Aries. This is also calling to your Sagittarius nature, all right, because you're represented by the Wands in the minor arcana, by Temperance in the major arcana. Here you are a knight, you are a defender, you are an actor, you move forward, you need to take action and, guide the path. And it leads you then to the Eight of Swords, the worries, the doubts, the fears. So your action right here comes out super intense, but the mind is going to be the thing that really starts tripping you up, really makes you think, oh, I can't do it. I can't move forward this way. I'm not going to be able to get to where I want to be. I feel overwhelmed. But you're getting a gift from divinity that is saying, you know what, you know so much more than you believe you do. This leads you to your emotional self. And you have the Five of Pentacles. For some reason, there is, and this is a going theme in a lot of the readings that I've been doing for this time, of the Five of Pentacles. It's like a pauper's mentality is being brought to the surface. It's kind of like a place of lack. Now, it can be because of the state of the world. It can be, you're looking at, issues and angers and upsets and trials and tribulations that have been handed down to you from your DNA line, from your past life self. And so with the Five of Pentacles, you're looking at what you desire, you're looking at what you want. And instead of feeling like, no, I can't get it, I'm always going to be on the outside of this prosperity, of this wealth, of this bounty, it's saying, yes, I can. I'm moving through and I'm finding this balance. It brings you to the Nine of Wands. The repeat of the number 9 here in this line shows that you're coming very close to a conclusion of a cycle, but you have to kind of tune out the rest of the world. Everybody doesn't know better than you. It's not that you know it all. It is that you have this passion, this power, this purpose, this dedication to yourself that is coming forward. And everybody's going to sit there and say, well, Sagittarius, you should be doing it like this. You should be doing it like that. And because you have such a beautiful way with people, calling people in, bringing people around you, you can have a lot of people telling you what they think that you should do. And here's the thing, it's their opinion. It's not your fact. So it's saying to the outside world, enough is enough. It's kind of building a barrier, okay? Nice big fence. And it's looking at what you want. It's looking at what you desire and saying, I've walked this hard road. I've walked these battles. I've lived these battles. And I'm still here. A little bit battered, a little bit broken. Yeah, but who isn't? It leads you to the Queen of Wands. I love that. You become a queen. Right? You go from being a defender to being a ruler, right? And you are the ruler of yourself and your destiny. The Queen of Wands, definitely this full moon in Aries absolutely speaks to you. It is powerful. It is purposeful. It is so much more, right? And here with this moon and with this queen energy, it's like you're not afraid to roll up your sleeves and go after what you want. You're being given the gift of the Ace of Wands. You are definitely taking it. The Ace of Swords, we don't know yet because we haven't seen all the cards. But here, right now, it's like you're getting it, you're seeing it, you're moving forward. But there is so much to be conquered in order to have this gift be a forever part of your existence and yourself. Here, you're taking it. You are with the Ace of Wands. You're taking what you desire, you're taking what you want, you're going after what you've looked for, and you're saying, this is my truth, this is my power, and this is where I need to be. And then, this is the fire, the reason you get out of bed in the morning, Then you have the Emperor. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The Emperor is representative of Aries in the major arcana. You have the Aries full moon. It's such a powerful moon for you. You have the Queen of Cups. In the public arena, you have an emotional connection to so much, okay? You're seeing things with your heart, your soul, yourself. You also are the Emperor. You are seeing things with your power, with your determination, with your fire, with your truth. Then we have the Three of Cups. You've been burnt before. And this is why you're really looking at you here, Sagittarius, and saying, this is what I want for my life. This is where I need to be. I can't put my trust fully in others because they might not mean to fail you, but they don't always come through. So here, and this is also the people who you were supposed to be able to trust in your life. You were. They were supposed to have your back. And they just didn't. They just didn't. And that leaves scars. And we meet these people time and time again, different situations, different ways. But they leave different scars on our life and on ourselves. And so here you're looking at what you desire and what you want. And you're remembering the people that you can't trust. You also have to remember the people that you can. The Fool, the path is changing. Why? Because you are taking in this warrior energy and you are saying, this is my truth and this is where I stand. I will not be pushed around. I will not be denied. I will not be held back. And it then leads you to the Seven of Wands. You are choosing your battles wisely, and you need to choose your battles wisely because you have this tremendous fire sign energy around you, playing off of your own fire sign energy, but also the warrior energy of this moon, and the fact that this moon, sits there and says, go for the stress, go for, what needs to be done. Don't overthink things too much. Just act. You need to balance that. There are people who are going to oppose you. They're always going to oppose you. They aren't going to understand who you are and where you're heading and what you desire. And there's a sense here of looking at your light and your fire and your truth. There's an embrace here of the High Priestess. And there's a sense of moving forward in your knowledge and in your understanding. And so let's talk about this moon because it is so impactful for you. On the 1st of October, it is the harvest moon. It is the full moon in Aries. And this says here, a fiery climax approaches. A fiery climax to what you want, to what you desire, and what you need approaches. You surrender to the divine because the full moon brings a spotlight to the last lunar cycle. It brings a spotlight to our lives, our souls, ourselves, and says, where do you want to be? And a surrendering to the divine, to a greater knowledge, is what brings you power, what brings you understanding. And as you do this, you're going to see that your power is within your passion. This is a time for beginnings. This is a time for starting. This is a time for embracing the warrior archetype that this Aries energy represents and asserting yourself to your goals and saying, yes, I can. This is restoring vitality into your life, restoring joy and happiness and passion and truth, and saying, I am not beaten and I will never be beaten. There's a stubbornness to you during this time too, because I'm just seeing the ram's head, and it's like there's a stubbornness. There's like, I'm going to go for it. And that's where the warning comes in. Watch for the tendency to be impulsive, but also to go after stress, which sounds so silly. But you are going to have a tendency to look at something and say, this is going to stress me out. This needs to be done right now. And instead of doing it piece by piece or taking things and going gently forward so that you can, be kind to yourself, you're going to be like, I'm just going to do it all. And that's it. You absolutely go after what has been holding you back or what has been making you doubt yourself. And then it moves you. It moves you to this place of, yes, either you conquer it, and you might, but you might be completely drained, or you don't conquer it as quickly as you want to. It is draining already just from its natural nature, and you doubt the way that you're moving forward and the place that you want to be. So be very mindful of that as you are embracing this moon. This moon makes you bold, this moon makes you energetic, and it is a good time for, protecting yourself, for setting up boundaries, for sitting there and saying, this is what I will accept from life and this is what I won't. And as you do so, you bring in and you call in a change. Now this leads you to the new moon on the 16th of October of Libra. And this moon is a new romantic cycle approaches. So with this new moon, which brings in a new start, which lets you know that a new start is coming and brings you to a place of beginnings. And it always makes me think of the god Janus in Roman mythology, the god of beginnings and endings. You are going to find that you are looking at things more honestly, more openly for yourself. You're finding a balance, you're finding an understanding, and you are moving forward in a truth. And as you have this come forward, this new romantic cycle can very well be falling in love. It can. And I don't ever want to negate that. But it is also falling in love with your life, your soul, and yourself. Your passion, your beauty, the way that you want to move forward, the way that you need to move forward, and the place that your soul longs to be. And so you're finding that love again. You're finding that beautiful understanding. You're embracing that passionate truth. And that's what's balancing you during this time. Yeah, that's what's giving you this insight of harmony and understanding with this new moon energy, okay, in Libra. And then we move to, to the full moon in Taurus, which is something that I am rather excited about. If you didn't get that from before, this is, saying your dreams need a practical plan. And this is a time to make dreams a reality. This is a time to start. Okay, the full moon in Aries is the time to get everything together and say the start needs to be here. The start needs to be now. And then when you have the full moon in Taurus, it is the stubbornness, the dedication, the determination coming forward. And it is a blessing coming with you. There is the rarity of the blue moon. There is the veil being thin between our world and the spirit world from Halloween and Shamwin. I believe I'm saying that right. And, you're embracing this power and you are moving towards your truth and your understanding. And that's going to be a power that is around you towards the middle of October. It really starts to call to you. And it's like these dreams need to stop being kept on a shelf, kept safe. They need to start being lived. And that's going to be something that you are fiercely determined about during this time. It brings you that fiery climax. It brings you that fiery approach to what you desire and where you need to be, and that passion and that determination and that beauty. And it leads you to the crow spirit, co-create with spirit, and then the dove spirit, which is, be peace. And these are your spirit animals for that time. And so with the crow spirit, you would look at these, and I love the idea that these two seem so contrasting. You look at the crow and you look at the dove, and you sit there and think, well, they're not the same at all. But they are both messengers. The messengers from the crow are much more open and honest, okay? They're much more real. They can also bring with them a bit of pain, just because of a crow's nature. A crow is a carrion bird, and they eat meat. So they have a tendency to flock to dead things, just like a flock of crows is called a murder of crows. So here, you are going to be having change come your way. And it can be change through seeing some really, it's not tough realities, but honest realities. Change comes forward, and it connects you with sacred law of your truth, of your understanding of what you desire. What is also sacred to you becomes very important. Trust in your intuition and putting trust in your integrity is also going to be something that's very important to the crow spirit and what the crow spirit brings for you. Speaking your truth and being transformed by speaking that truth brings you power. It starts off with seeing just a darkness, and it can be an overwhelming darkness, and it can be an overwhelming light. Whichever one you see, if you're put in a room that is completely dark, it overpowers the senses. If you're put in a room that is completely bright and nothing else, it overwhelms the senses. So here you might have this energy within yourself that feels like your senses are being overwhelmed. And what you're going to see here is that if you put the trust in yourself, if you start to see the beauty within your existence, it starts to move you forward. And the dove spirit brings a message of peace. And it says, yes, be peace. But it also brings the messages of peace and hope, especially when we're hurting and when we don't feel like we can move on and when the world just becomes too much. Bring to you gentle compassion. And it brings to you gentle compassion. And it releases you from the pains that have held you back and brings you to a power that you might have forgotten you had. It is a gentle power. It is a compassionate power. It is a beautiful power. And it leads you to God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of knowledge, handing you a gift of truth, handing you a gift of cutting through those doubts and those fears. And in your inner self during this time, as you are desperately moving forward, it's like, I am taking this time and I'm going after what I want and what I need and where I stand for myself. There's also this sense of, I can't do it. And so here with this gift, this is holding on to the truth that you can. This is holding on to the beauty that is you. This is holding on to the power that guides you. And this is going to be very powerful for you. This gift comes in and you don't take it. You might take it. We have right here the deck in your subconscious message. And we'll get to that at the end. So you might very well take it subconsciously. But consciously, this is permeating every single aspect of yourself. But also forcefully saying, you need to remember me. You need to see me. Because there's something here where this gift from the divinity comes in. And it's like, oh, I understand it. I see it. I get it a bit more than I did before. But what you have here is worry, doubts, and fears coming in. And that's why you're going to be so inclined, Sagittarius, during this time to go after what is causing you the most stress and say, you know what, that's it. I'm conquering this. It's not going to cause me stress anymore. It's not going to be a thorn in my side anymore. And the Nine of Swords is saying, step back. Look at the nightmares. Look at the self-doubt. Look at the fear. And see why. Why is it holding you back? Why is it overwhelming? Why is it having you doubt yourself? What is robbing you of your sleep? And how are you giving it this power? And why are you giving it this power? Because here, as this doubt and fear comes in within your heart, it's like, oh my gosh, you start listening to everything else. Everybody's opinions, everybody's way of doing things, everything else. And everybody's going to put, more burdens on your shoulders. Why? Because they're really going to be thinking about themselves. Even if they absolutely adore you, they're going to sit there and be like, well, why? It's not a big thing. Or, oh, well, it was such a good suggestion. And you're going to be looking at it and going to be like, no, can't you just stop? Like, I'm already stressed out enough. I need you to kind of lay off. And you might need to actually say that to people, like, back it up. And then you have here the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is love, is beauty, is compassion, is a passionate soul, and a gorgeous self. And so here with the Nine of Swords, you have this doubt come in. You need to shut out the rest of the world and focus. Focus on one thing at a time. Make a list of what you want to do, right? And then break it down really small. And say, okay, I'm not going to conquer everything, but I'm going to conquer this pile right here. Like, think of it as a really messy room. I can't conquer it all because it's too much. But this thing right here, this section, I can get it. I can get it tidied. I can get it arranged. And then you start going, and then you fall in love. You fall in love with the progress that you are making. You fall in love with the battles that you are winning. And that is beautiful. And that's what you are during this time internally. You are going to get so frustrated because you're a solver of problems. You are a passionate, driven, bountiful person. You move forward towards your goals. You look at what it is that you want. You're focused. You're determined. And that is that. And so having things in your way, having your mind sit there and become a place of doubt and of fear and saying, well, do you really think you can do it? I don't believe you can. Type of thing. You're stepping out of that nonsense. And you're sitting there and you're saying, this is who I am. And this is what I want. And you move forward with tenacity and determination and dedication and a fiery passion of truth. You move forward also with a speed of self. It's like, this is where I want to be. And so it can make you impulsive because you have doubt around you. It's like, if you're not impulsive, then I'll never do it. If I don't do it right now, I will never get there. And if that's the case, okay, be kind with yourself with that. Know that, okay, some decisions might be made hastily and you might feel a bit, jumbled because of it. But you are looking at what has been holding you back and you're saying no more. And then the Eight of Swords comes up. And we can live in our nightmares and our doubts and our fears with the Nine of Swords. And we can most definitely live in doubt with the Eight of Swords. And a lot of people do live there. And this is saying no. This is looking at what you doubt and what you fear and what has held you back and what has made you think, oh, I just can't. And it's saying enough is enough. Enough is enough, and I'm moving forward. Enough is enough, and I'm breaking this web of lies, this, fear, this anger, this upset, this doubt that is echoing through my head. And as you do so, as you change your mind, you start to change your prosperity. Okay? With the Five of Pentacles, wealth starts coming in, right? But at your heart, this is where you're going to need to do some work because there is a pauper's mentality that comes with the Five of Pentacles. A sense of being on the outside of wealth, a sense of not being able to move towards where you want to be and what you desire and what is truly the best thing for you. So with the Five of Pentacles, you're looking at what you want, and then you are saying, listen, I will not be held back. I will not be afraid. I will not be kept silent. I move forward, and I do so with grace and with dignity of self. I am starting a new phase, and I am embracing this phase, and it has nowhere for me to doubt who I am, where I'm going, and what I want. Because extraordinary can start to be part of my ordinary. And I lift this burden of fear from me, this burden of fear of prosperity or what I value as much as money. And as I lift this fear from me, you have the Nine of Wands. You have everybody coming in saying, oh, do you really think you can? Do you think you're good enough? What's going on here? Who do you think you are? And the Nine of Wands is like, okay, listen. I know my worth. I know my power. I know myself. I am moving forward, and that's it. And you move forward with this determination, this truth, and this dedication of self. You move forward and you, yes, hear the doubts. You have listened to the world your whole entire life. And now it is time to build a barrier between you and the world. And it doesn't have to be people that you love doubting you. It can be the world sitting there and saying, oh yeah, really? Really? That's what you're doing? That's who you are? But once you conquer the fear of the mind, and once you conquer the fear of what everybody else is saying, you become a queen. And when you enter into the public arena here, yes, you have the power of the emperor, but you also have the power of the queen right here. And it's like, I am love, I am grace, I am honor, I am kindness. So the passion and the mind bring a queen into the public arena who is not hung up on what everybody else thinks, who says emotionally, this is me. And that's who you're going to be. And it's going to be a journey, yes, but you have that ferocity to you. And you are a queen yourself with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is this fire, this beauty, this passion, this determination, and you take, and it's you, and you take the Ace of Wands as your wand, as your rod, as your guiding force, as, think of it kind of like as Gandalf, as his wizard's rod. You know, you take this as part of your truth. You take this as part of your passion. And as you hold onto it, and as you hold to you, you find yourself expanding. You find yourself rolling up your sleeves and saying, you know what? I'm going to get my hands dirty, and I'm going to go after my dreams. I'm going to go after what lights the fire of my existence, what brings a beauty into my life, and what calls this beauty into my soul. And as you do so, as you take this passion, as you have this fire becoming a part of your heart and warming your heart and guiding you, because in your inner self, you have a lot of swords, right? So there's a lot of mind games going on. There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of fear. And divinity is cutting through this. Divinity is showing you ways forward that are really quite beautiful, but also not what you expect, okay? So be mindful of that. Here, you have a lot of wands, okay? You have the pentacles of the five of pentacles, which isn't, the happiest of pentacles. Doubt, fear, feeling like you're going to be on the outside of things. Other people get to have this beauty, this celebration, this positivity in your life, in their life. You don't. All right. This can even be when you're riding high in success. There's a part of you that's saying, just wait, you're going to screw it up. Just wait, the next shoe's going to drop. Oh, this was a fluke type of thing. And so the Five of Pentacles can be a lifelong battle. It really can, until you shatter it and you say, that is not my truth. And so this is where you embrace the fire, you embrace the passion, and you have the fiery passion at your heart, which is really quite cool because it's what warms, it's what guides, it's what, it's what brings that spark into your life. And you have that spark at your heart. It's like what you love is on fire. What you love is so profound and beautiful. So the Five of Pentacles comes in and makes you think, oh no, I can't. And you've listened to that. And it's a battle you've been fighting. It's a battle that has held you back from wealth or what you value as much as money. And now you're like, no more. You become a queen. You stand your ground. You give yourself honor for standing your ground and working through or with such a tough task that has been put on your shoulders. And it blesses you. It moves you forward with an understanding. It moves you forward with a knowledge that is really, really, really enchanting and illuminating. In the public arena, you are going to find that this full moon powers you in a way that you really don't expect. Okay, Aries energy with you, Sagittarius, you're both fire sign energies, right? So you have that in common, but you're very different people, okay? Aries is a little bit more impulsive, a little bit more stubborn. You have a way of bringing people, together, and then you kind of can back off and embrace deeper knowledge, deeper truth. That type of beauty is a part of you. And so the beauty that is Aries, the determination, the fire, the claiming of the throne, can seem foreign to you at times. It's important, yes, but it can seem foreign. So with this energy of Aries, there's a sense that you claim your throne. But there's a sense also that you don't want to be. Of course, this is because you have two queens here also, and one of them represents you, most definitely. You don't want to be in the mess of everything. You don't want to have everybody looking at you all the time. There's a power to you. There's a truth to you. You become the emperor, not of the world, of course, but you become the emperor of your soul, of yourself, of your passion, of your fire, of your desire, of what you need to move you forward to the next level. And you claim that next level while also keeping the compassion for yourself, knowing that this life, this road, it is a difficult one. And it always will be. But there's a power and there's a beauty and there's a truth to you that you are embracing. As you do so, you have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is love and is healing, is beauty and is heart and is understanding and is truth. And the Queen of Cups, I had one person that was teaching me once say, the Queen of Cups is second only to the Empress in her love, in her compassion, in the bounty that she brings. And I'm seeing that right here for you. And it doesn't mean that you have to be represented by the Queen of Cups. So if you have water sign energy in your chart, it is going to come out strongly during this time. But there is a sense here of moving in your heart's passion, moving in the truth of your soul and where you want to be and what you desire, of opening up the doors. And as you do so, you're going to be looking at where the true hurt lies and what has made you stop, what made you not believe in yourself, what made this road so hard. And as you see it, and as you see the people who are supposed to be on your side, but just couldn't be, they could have been broken themselves. You see your truth. You see the baggage that you inherited. You can see the beauty that it holds, but you can also see that you are letting a lot of it not go because it has shaped you, but it's like you have this warrior, this queenly spirit right here. It's like, this has shown me that sometimes even the people that you feel like you're supposed to be able to trust forever and ever, you were born supposed to be able to trust them, and they were always supposed to be in your arena. Sometimes you just can't. Sometimes they just can't. And that scars us. But here you are a warrior. Here you are a queen. Here you are power. And you are embracing that power, and you are embracing that truth. And you're saying, I realize that yes, a lot of this falls on me. But I realize that the power of me is really quite spectacular. It brings you to the Fool. It's time to start your hero's journey. It's time to move forward. And yes, you can feel foolish at times, but every single fool, every single person who has achieved something great is a fool before they have achieved. Every single hero is, insane before they have achieved. And that's what you're seeing here. You're starting your journey. And yes, you will fall and you will stumble and things will get hard and things will be overwhelming. But you are moving towards something so much greater and so much more than you have expected. And the journey begins with you. And it begins with understanding your power, your desire, and what you want. It leads you then to the Seven of Wands. Passion, truth, understanding. But also when to fight your battles and when not to. You have people who will oppose you. They will make you mad. Yes, they will. But they don't get to have control over you. This is also saying, don't be complacent. Okay? The Seven of Wands is not a person to be walked all over. She or he is a person who stands their ground and knows their truth. Because during this full moon in Aries, even the meekest of us become warriors. And so here, you are embracing that warrior mentality. You are embracing that harvest of power. And let's see what Luna has to say. How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? How will Sagittarius be affected by the October 1st, 2020 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have here, oh goodness, extremes, which yes, this time is also going to be it's going to draw you very close to the extremes. Boundaries, great time for setting up boundaries. Wisdom, it brings you wisdom. Your will to change your world. Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. Strong connection to the Taurus full moon on October 31st. Adjustments are required. Nothing will come of this situation. I will have linked in the description box below the void of courses for October. The only thing you have to do is scroll down to October. It will tell you when the void of courses are. But when it says nothing will come of this situation, what you expect will not come of this situation. It won't be nothing. It's not like this is a wasteful time. But it will be not what you have expected. A time of healing. There you are. Full moon power in Sagittarius. Look at the big picture and take aim. So extremes. You are drawn to extremes during this time. The extremes of what you want, the extremes of what you desire, your passions, your truth, your knowledge. You see it here. You have a gift coming from divinity, and you have doubts, and you have fears, and you have nightmares coming forward. So extremes absolutely call to you, and you will be dealing with extremes during this moon. Boundaries are needed. This is a time where setting up boundaries and defining your boundaries is easier than it usually is. And so you have this knightly spirit, you have this warrior spirit. It's time to set up these boundaries. As you do so, wisdom comes forward, and wisdom guides you, because it's the mind that's going to make you doubt. Can I do this? Can I not do this? Am I moving forward the right way? Am I not? The wisdom comes in, and you're like, oh my gosh, I see it. I see it. And I see why I'm doubting and fearing myself. I see why I can't move forward. I see what it is that makes me feel stuck. And you have the will to change the poverty mindset. And it doesn't mean that money starts coming in instantaneously. It means that you start changing your world, the way that you look at it, the way that you think of it. And you start saying, why can't I have prosperity too? Now, it might be a heck of a lot of work, getting to that prosperity, yes. And everything worth having in life is a heck of a lot of work. But there's a beauty that comes into it. And your will to focus on the fact that you have overcome so much and you are so powerfully inspired, and calling on that inspiration is going to be beautiful. It leads you to the new moon in Taurus. This Taurus, and it's right over you with the Queen of Wands. And so you, again, in the minor arcana, are the Queen, are the Wands. And so when we saw before that Taurus had such a powerful impact on you, this is why. Because prosperity lies ahead. And you're like, yeah, prosperity lies ahead. And so something bigger, or something that has a lot of impact on you, it might not have a lot of impact on you right away, but has a lot of impact on you down the line, happens around this time. It happens around the 31st of October. And you are going to see that it starts to build you towards prosperity. Adjustments are required as you take in this gift, as you take in your passion, as you take in what you desire. What you think will come of it will not. So this is why the void of course says nothing will come of this, because you're going to think something is going to happen during this Aries full moon. Things don't really work out the way that you had expected, but there's a gift here that really does guide you. And now it is focusing on your love, on yourself, on what you desire, on what your heart needs from your life. And so healing comes in. A time for healing comes forward. This brings you to you, Sagittarius. You are represented by the centaur, all right, in the zodiac signs. And so here you look at the bigger picture. You take aim and you fire towards your dreams. And this is what the Fool's Journey is about. It is about that arrow flying. Stand your ground. Know your truth. Your subconscious Luna message for this time is the void, the darkness of the moon. Brings a heck of a lot more answers than you had anticipated. Embracing the quiet, embracing nothing, embracing meditation is going to be so beneficial for you. You're going to want to fill every moment of every day with something, with some noise, with something more or powerful. And it's like, no, just the quiet is going to be very healing. It then leads you to the full moon in Scorpio, which says it is time to release negativity. So as you embrace the void, you embrace the time to release negativity and to be empowered and to move forward. This then leads you to your subconscious tarot message, which is the Six of Swords. You're gathering up your knowledge, you're gathering up your wisdom, and you are moving forward. You can be scared, you can be overwhelmed, most definitely, but you're starting a new journey, you're embracing a new path, and you're walking that road of truth and of understanding of self. And you're being guided along by your emotions and by your mind. So having that conversation between your mind and your emotions and your heart is going to be so beneficial, because it's going to open up doors and it's going to give you insight that you hadn't realized that you had. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we move forward in purpose and in dedication, as we set boundaries to what we will and will not do, who we are and who we want to be, and as we embrace the wisdom over fear. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius, and may you have a blessed moon.